Good afternoon, Prime Minister. David Aiken, Global News. In your speech and just a few minutes ago, you have challenged governments, corporations, and others to do more to prevent sexual harassment. You referred to the Me Too hashtags, the Time's Up hashtags, the whole idea that women should speak up, who speak up should be believed. Well, sir, some women are speaking up about your Sport and Disabilities Minister, Kent Harris, saying that he made unwanted comments about their bodies and that during his time in the Alberta legislature, some female political staff would not get in an elevator with him because he made them feel uncomfortable. So if we believe these women, what do you do about Minister Hare?
Obviously, as I've said many times throughout this week, it's really important to believe and support any woman who comes forward with allegations of sexual harassment or sexual assault. And that's exactly what my government and myself, we do. I don't need to remind anyone of the positions I've taken from the very beginning of my leadership on issues surrounding this. I am unequivocal in my support for women who step forward with allegations of this nature, and that continues. I haven't yet had the opportunity to speak directly with Kent. I will in the coming hours, and we will have more to say before the plane lifts off tonight.
And something a bit more whimsical here. Klaus Schwab, when he had his opening press conference, said that having the American president here was, quote, indispensable. I wonder if you would agree with Professor Schwab, and given you're the world leader who's probably had more interaction than any other with President Trump, and given that you're committed to the liberal international order like most here at Davos, what do you think that the Davos crowd can learn from President Trump when they meet him here and hear him tomorrow?
It won't surprise you to hear that one of the things I believe fundamentally is that diversity is a source of strength, that different perspectives, different views should be listened to and understood and included in the way we figure out the right path forward as countries, as corporations and organizations, and indeed as a world. I think the opportunity to convene different perspectives here at this conference is really important, and like everyone, I look forward to seeing what the President has to say in his speech tomorrow.
Questions here? Karina Roman, CBC News. With all due respect, in terms of the example that a colleague of mine put forward with the Sears employees and corporate responsibility, how are corporations going to take you or anyone seriously about taking responsibility if the only solution for the workers is to go on unemployment benefits and hope to get a little bit of a pension out of the CPP? That doesn't seem like the solution or any kind of repercussion.
No. Obviously, there's an extraordinary amount of sympathy and compassion we have for people who face layoffs, who are put in a difficult position like this, and as a government we look very carefully not just at supporting those people but at recognizing that with the changing nature of work, the changing nature of the global economy, we need to do a better job of ensuring that people are supported, that people are offered opportunities to continue to contribute, to continue to succeed, depending on their own choices and their abilities. This is something that doesn't have any easy answers, but certainly we will approach supporting people with the same sense of responsibility and compassion that Canadians expect of us.
And on President Trump's attendance here, one of the things that the World Economic Forum talks about is improving the state of the world. And there's been a lot of talk about collaboration and working together and trying to come together in a fractured world. How can that goal happen in terms of improving the world when you have the United States rowing in a completely different direction than most other nations?
As I've said, I look forward to hearing what the President has to say tomorrow.
That's it? Okay. Last question, please.
Keith Bradsher, New York Times. Does the Trans-Pacific Partnership 11 represent an alternative or the nucleus of an alternative to China's Beijing-centered Belt and Road Initiative? Thank you.
I think, as I was listening, I was wondering whether you were going to propose it was an alternative to NAFTA. There's always different ways of looking at trade deals and the opportunities that come by them, but I think each one has to be looked at as on its own merits and as significant, if incremental, steps towards better global trade that supports everyone, that focuses on workers, supports small businesses and economic opportunities throughout the countries that are involved. There is no one fix or one way to approach the shifting global economy that is going to be the answer. There are only opportunities to roll up our sleeves, work together, try and reduce barriers and create opportunities as we move forward. I'm very pleased that we're able to move forward on the CPTPP in a way that will benefit Canadian workers, but also create benefits for all our partner countries and their citizens. That is something that is in and of itself an excellent achievement as we look at next steps on how we engage with China, on how we continue to stand up for Canadian interests in NAFTA, as we look at other potential trade deals around the world, and more are to come. It is all a part of demonstrating that trade can be progressive, can be of benefit to ordinary people and not just to multinationals or to the wealthiest. That's a message that we need to work hard to demonstrate every single day, and that's certainly what we're looking at doing with the TPP and other examples.
Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup tout le monde. Thank you very much.